Fox Sports.
Last night, the San Diego Padres used a combination of great pitching and a little luck to defeat the Rays 2-1. Tonight, right-hander James Shields goes to the hill, searching for his 7th win of the season. More great interleague action starts now on Sun Sports. Tonight, the fans are gathering at Tropicana Field. More interleague baseball. This will be Game 2 of a 6-game homestand and Game 2 of a 3-game series as the Tampa Bay Rays play host to the San Diego Padres. Starting play today, the Rays continue to run second in the American League East. They're a game and a half back of New York. Red Sox also a game and a half back. The Rays do have a 3 percentage point advantage over Boston, holding on to that second spot. Hi again, everyone, with Kevin Kennedy. I'm Dwayne Statz. It's great to have you looking in once again. Todd Callis will be along in just a few moments. And the Rays and the Padres set the square off. Kevin, after a very good first 2 months, solid months for the Rays, they've run into trouble in June. In fact, recently they have stopped hitting. They've lost 5 of their last 6, and in those losses, hitting only 179.
Yeah, a little inconsistency in the lineup. I know we talked about that in the pregame show as well, but the record speaks for itself as you look at the numbers right there. The starter's ERA is alarming, really. I mean, it's almost a full 3 runs more than it was the first month plus this season. So pressure, I think inconsistency of the lineup, also some inconsistencies in the rotation has affected everybody. So it's really a combination. You don't want to finger point to one area to the other. Hey, it's the starters today, it's the lineup. Sometimes the lineup scores 9, sometimes the starters don't get out of the 3rd inning. But for the most part, it's a joint effort. They're a game and a half out. That's the way you have to look at it. But you have to grind it out and work on some of the inconsistencies right now, and that's exactly what this coaching staff's trying to do.
Yeah, and to start the year, the starting pitching was so very, very good. Recently, they also have hit that proverbial bump in the road, including James Shields as a starter. He won his last game out in relief in extra innings over in North Miami against the Marlins, but as a starter, he's dropped his last 5 decisions.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the first 9 starts. I mean, forget about it. They were outstanding. 5-1 ERA, just a tick over 3. Since that time, 0-5 the ERA, over 7.5, and that's unusual for James Shields. And really, it's about his fastball command early, because a lot of these teams know he has a great changeup. So if he throws a fastball over the heart of the plate early, they jump on him. They know what the scattering for is. James knows that, and we'll see if he can have that command early in the game tonight.
So Shields now even on the year with 6 wins and 6 defeats. He'll be opposed by Kevin Correa for San Diego tonight. Correa comes in with a mark of 5 wins and 5 losses and an earned run average of better than 5. Rays and the Padres coming up. First pitch just a few moments away. We'll return with all the action after this.
More interleague baseball as this homestand continues against the San Diego Padres. Middle game of 3, second game of 6 of the homestand with the Diamondbacks to follow over the weekend. It's been a frustrating time for the Rays as of late, especially scoring runs. And last night, a combination of the lack of offense recently and the Rays allowing too many walks early on in the game. Joe Madden got a bit frustrated. And not sure if there was a cause and effect, but there was a team meeting today, just the players, in the Rays clubhouse before the game. We caught up with Joe Madden a little bit earlier in our Geico quote of the game. We asked him about team meetings.
We've done that in the past, and I'm really adverse to having team meetings. I'm not into that. I really find them to be boring, and most of the times have really no impact. If I really have something to say, and I've done it in the past maybe once or twice where I was a little bit annoyed about things, but for the most part, it's always the rehashing of the same thing. So I always liked when the players would get together because I always really encourage them to control that room. And so whatever they talked about, that was great. It could have just been a vote on something, too. I have no idea.
So today, players-only meeting. A little frustration last night from Joe. We'll see if things turn around as we are getting ready for baseball. Don't forget, on a website Wednesday, it is time to ask the announcers a question. You can email the booth by logging on to foxsportsflorida.com, clicking on the Rays link to submit your question. And Dwayne and Kevin are on the same page as always. We are ready for baseball. It's the Padres and the Rays, high definition. Enjoy all the action coming up on Sun Sports. Rays have lost 8 out of 11, including 7 out of 10 to National League teams. We'll try and turn that around tonight with James Shields against Kevin Correa. Enjoy all the action. We'll have the first pitch moments away right here on Sun Sports.
Rays Baseball is brought to you by your Southeast Toyota dealer. You could buy a car that compares itself to a Toyota, or you could just buy a Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, moving forward. And by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. And by AT&T, find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Welcome back to Tropicana Field. Tonight, the middle game of this series. The Rays and the Padres go at it. San Diego winning last night's contest by a count of 2-1. But Blacks line up will look this way tonight for Game 2. Tony Gwynn Jr. is going to be in the leadoff spot in center field, followed by David Eckstein. And Adrian Gonzalez at first base hits third. Nick Hundley, the catcher, is the cleanup man. Chase Headley is at third. The DH, Scott Hairston, hitting seventh at right field is Will Venable. Aaron Cunningham is at left, and Jerry Hairston Jr., the shortstop, will bat ninth.
Right-hander James Shields on the mound for the Rays tonight. 15 games overall, 14 starts. The one relief appearance against Florida. ERA sits at 4.5 right now. Batting average at .283.
And we are set to play baseball. James Shields delivers the first pitch, and Glenn takes it down and in. These two teams recently, the reverse image of each other. The Padres have won 7 of their last 10. The Rays have dropped 7 of their last 10. Glenn takes another one down and in. And the Padres lead their division, the NL West, by a game and a half, and the Rays in the AL East down by a game and a half, trailing New York. Quinn pulls away, taking that pitch all the way. And just like that, Shields is behind the San Diego leadoff hitter. 3 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, he wanted to see if he could come out and get that fastball command early so he can get to his out pitch, the changeup.
And there's a strike. The outer part of the plate, 3-1. For the Padres, offense has not been a strong suit, and they actually have struggled to find a guy to hit out of the leadoff spot. Ground ball to first. Pena will make the play. Carlos steps on the bag. First base unassisted.
Good comeback right there by James. 5 fastballs get to the ground out to Pena. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense. Carl Crawford in left, BJ Upton in center, and Ben Zobrist again in right field. Around the infield, Evan Longoria, Jason Bartlett, Sean Rodriguez at second today. We saw Carlos Pena at first, and John Chaso behind the plate for James Shields.
1 up, 1 down. Here's David Eckstein, the second baseman. The pitch is a strike. Eckstein, one of 4 players on this San Diego club to have played in a World Series, and for a young club now contending in the National League West, he's a valuable member of this team. It's down, 2 balls and a strike.
Well, you know one thing about Eckstein, he will grind out at bats, and he will very hard to strike out. He usually puts it in play.
Second in their lineup, hitting in front of Adrian Gonzalez, who has been everything for their offense. And a little pop fly, shallow left. That's Bartlett out from shortstop, and he handles that for the out. Jason Bartlett right in front of Carl Crawford makes the catch, and it's 2 up and 2 down. By the way, we'll be hearing from David Price throughout the evening. The Rays prize lefty, 10-game winner. He is mic'd for tonight's game, and so we'll be checking in from time to time inside the Rays dugout to see what David Price is up to. Here is Gonzalez. There's a strike. Gonzalez, the 4th leading hitter in the American League. You can see what he's done lately. 9 of his last 14.
A couple of doubles last night, 1 each way. Left field, a little blooper, and then 1 to right. Rays
That's another reason that makes him so dangerous.
It is. They employ the shift on. But he loves to go to left field.
And a ground ball right to Longoria from the shortstop spot. That'll retire the side, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Shields. Bottom of the first coming, no score. Rays coming in to hit. by H.H. Gregg. Rays tonight will have John Jaso in the leadoff spot doing the catching, hitting in front of Carl Crawford and then Evan Longoria. Carlos Pena bends over as the BJ Upton down the middle. Hank Blaylock the DH. Sean Rodriguez back in at second, and Jason Bartlett, the shortstop, hits ninth.
Facing the right-hander for the Padres, Kevin Correa. A little bit of a struggle this year with his numbers overall. ERA is high at 5.27 in 13 starts.
And here is Jason. Takes a fastball for a strike. John continues to hit out of the leadoff spot. He was up there last night as the DH and eventually shifted behind the plate. So the Rays gave up the DH late. It's a 1-1 count now. And Jaso's on base percentage remains over 400 at 405. 1-2. Two balls and a strike.
Pretty good bite on that overhand curveball right there after a couple of backdoor sliders. He's got the whole arsenal. Usually gets a lot of ground balls, has a lot of sink to his fastball. Slider, curveball, and he'll mix in a changeup as well. There's a slider.
And a ground ball headed toward the middle. The shortstop Hairston with the pickup back of the bag. Jaso is the first out.
The rest of the San Diego Padres defensively in the outfield. Aaron Cunningham gets a start in left field. Tony Gwynn Jr. in center. Will Venable in right. Around the infield, Chase Sedley, Jerry Hairston Jr., David Eckstein, and Adrian Gonzalez. Nick Hundley once again behind the plate.
Now Carl Crawford, a .310 average to start play. It's a little wide, 1-0. Correa 5-5 on the year, coming off a loss his last time out in the middle of last week to the Toronto Blue Jays. It's 1-1. Gave up 5 runs on 9 hits in 5 innings, including a couple of home runs, one to Vernon Wells and one to John Buck. Foul ball advances the count to 1-2. Carl's second in the balloting among outfielders in the American League for the All-Star team, and in-stadium balloting concludes today. And he's hit by that pitch. Crawford hit by a 1-2 pitch from Correa, and the Rays left fielder is aboard.
Well, Kevin just trying to go inside. Obviously he doesn't want to hit Carl Crawford with his speed. Carries this ball too long. Got him in the small of the back, right about the belt area. You can see Correa's reaction. Nick Hundley sets up inside. That hurts right there, right at the belt area. Gets a little tender there with not a lot of meat right there to hit.
And a move to first, and Carl's back in.
Almost get you in the spine right there. That hurts.
This ball upstairs. 1-0. Correa won 4 out of 5 decisions in April, and then dropped 3 out of 4 in May. There's a strike to Evan. 1-1.
Slider right there. They backed up on it. Tried to get it away. Kind of came over, backed up toward the inside part of the plate.
And Crawford back in.
like Carl wanted to go on that particular throw over. He'll stop right now. Yeah, he's still flexed a little bit.
A 1-1 count to Longoria. Crawford third in steals with 25. Picked up one last night. Evan takes a cut and he misses.
So Correa would go with the slide step right there. Picking up his move right here to get the ball to the plate in a hurry. Nice pitch. Slide ball right there.
And a tap foul. Breaking ball, a curveball there. They say he has a pretty good changeup as well. And maybe doesn't use it as often as some think he should.
Yeah, he's mixing in his curve and his slider so far here early. And I don't think we've seen 2 fastballs in a row yet here. First 3 hitters. A lot of breaking stuff. We definitely don't see many counts of 3 fastballs in a row ever to any Rays hitter.
There goes Crawford as Longoria lifts it into shallow center field. And it is caught by Glenn. So Crawford's back at first. Longoria skies to center.
A lot of sliders.
And now it will be Carlos Pena to bat against Correa. By the way, that all-star balloting we mentioned earlier, the voting will continue online at MLB.com and in this case the Rays website through the 1st of July. So that would be on Thursday, I guess a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, it's coming fast.
Back end, the shift is on. Next time in shallow right field. Hairston on the first base side of second. Headley alone on the left side of the infield. And the pitch away, taken for a ball. 1-0 the count. This one up. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, if you were with us for the pregame, you heard Todd Callis talk about the meeting the Rays players had. Carlos Pena called the meeting and stressed that the team should just relax. They're still a very good team and should play the way they normally play, and they'll play up to their ability.
I think the bar was set so high, especially for the starting pitching, because they got out to such a great start in April, came off a tremendous spring. So I think a lot of people felt like, well, this team's just going to blow this division away. And of course, that was unrealistic. However, I think because they've gone the opposite way, top of the totem pole and at the bottom, that this team is somewhere in the middle of what they were playing to what they've been playing the last 25 games. And if you play 600 ball, you're usually going to win a division. That's really what the goal is.
There goes Crawford on the pitch high for ball 4. So Pena walks on 4 pitches. Crawford moves to second. 2 men on with 2 men out for Ben Zobrist. Ben has an opportunity with 2 outs to put the Rays on top with speed at second. Runners at first and second and 2 gone.
This game humbles you very quickly. Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it will do that. There's no question. And takes a pitch down. Fastball, 1 ball, no strikes.
And that's not surprising, Dwayne, that Carlos Pena called that meeting. He is that leader on the infield. Always talks about his teammates first.
Break to second by Hairston Jr. But no throw back there.
Yeah, we use the word grind in baseball because that's exactly what 162 games is.
And a strike. It's 1-1. Well, it is that. There's no question. And the Rays find themselves trying to turn it around a little bit here and get on a little roll. And we saw last night what good starting pitching will do for you. It did it for the Padres.
Well, that's
the Rays 2-1.
That's right, and that's why San Diego's winning. They're in first place in the National League West.
Ball play the other way, and it appeared to be the changeup right there.
Yeah, they're one game apart as far as record. San Diego comes in at 41-29, and the Rays are 42-28. But San Diego's offense, they're 26th in baseball, just on batting average alone. Tied for 25th in home runs, 25th in on-base percentage.
And a cut and a miss. Curveball strikes out Zobrist, and the Rays lead 2. The end of an inning, no score.
Come on over, boys! Water's warm.
Thing sticking out like a sore thumb.
I'm done with 3 outs. What?
Just a preview of things to come. We'll have more throughout the evening. You seem to embrace being mic'd up.
Does that count as number 1 of 5,000?
Conway takes it low, just one at a time.
Long way to go.
Ball, no strikes, the count to the San Diego catcher.
You know, speaking of all-stars, I'm hearing a lot in the National League from people about Nick Hundley. What a job he's done defensively, let alone the bat. Hitting in the 280s, but defensively, how he's handled his pitching staff, and he could be an all-star.
And there's 1 and 2. He's got a little more of the load now with Torrey Alba.
Right.
Serving his suspension, a 3-game suspension for an umpire bumping incident. And Hundley's out on strikes on the appeal. Fielder Culver says he did. He went around.
It's a great equalizer right there. That's the changeup from James Shields. He threw a changeup to Adrian Gonzalez as well to end the first inning. He definitely went, no question about it. But look at this movement. Great depth, great fade. You don't see too many changeups like that anywhere.
Sharply hit foul outside at first by Headley.
I laugh because after seeing that changeup, Headley's going, I'm jumping on that first fastball. Forget about that changeup. And that really is the key for James. It's, yeah, he can still throw his fastball. It's just he's got to get command with it early in the game.
And he has Headley out in front. And that's the James Shields that we have come to know.
Yep.
So he gets a guy, foul ball, first pitch fastball, come right back, have him way out in front with the change. Pitch away. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and he's got such a great change that he can throw him back to back or back to back to back. Fly ball into left, and on the third changeup in a row, he gets Headley on the fly ball.
Yeah, you meant like that, right?
Yeah,
back
exactly.
to back to back. It doesn't matter if they're looking for it. It's such a good changeup with great arm speed.
Guarantee yourself postseason ticket opportunities and other great benefits with Rays season tickets. Visit RaysBaseball.com or call 888-FAN-RAYS today. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, the other thing is if he has fastball command, especially on teams that are not familiar with him, he's in the driver's seat.
Pitch is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball called strike. 1-1. Tapper foul.
I like that. See, that's a curveball. First one he's thrown tonight. Different look. And now what's coming? Fastball, changeup. Pretty much anything he wants now.
And a cut and a miss. He has Hairston out in front. 2 strikeouts in the inning. All 3 outs. The changeup took care of the hitter on the last pitch.
a look at this pitch right here. Now, he might be right. Sean's very close. It is actually on the outside corner. So says the umpire. So says Fox Tracks. But see, what I was talking about, better two-strike approach. You got to learn to foul those balls off. Make that pitcher make another pitch just like that, and hopefully he makes a mistake. Grind out your at-bats. Foul those types of pitches off, and that's 48 strikeouts for Sean, and he's only walked 5 times.
Will Venable leading off the third. The pitch is down. Well, we discussed that last night in regard to what Adrian Gonzalez does.
Yes.
You know, he'll actually put balls into play for base hits and extra base hits. That's a strike, and it's 1-1 because he's not going to take that pitch that's on the corner. He's not going to take the pitch that's a little bit off the corner. He's taught himself to hit those pitches.
Yes.
And in his case, we've seen the Rays put the shift on for him, but he'll hit those pitches away from him the other way into left field for 2 base hits. We saw a case of that last night.
Prime example was the double to left field. It was a blooper, but it was off the outside corner by Wade Davis. It was actually a good 2-strike pitch, but it was too close to take. And I know I mentioned last night, and I'll say it again, Adrian actually has told me that more than once, that that's by intent. He knows the umpire is going to call the close ones usually. He's not going to let it be that close. He's going to foul it off and make the pitcher do it again, or he's going to put it in play.
Yeah, it's one thing. If you think, well, I've got such a great eye, I'm going to take a pitch if it's a little bit off the plate. Well, the umpire might think that's a strike, call it a strike, and you're left with no recourse.
Yeah,
so he's taking the umpires out of the equation.
That's right. And I'll echo a little bit, and I think it's fair to say a good conversation that we had down in the field. You and I were both down there for quite a while today talking to everybody. And I spent some time with Davey Martinez about exactly that. And the guy that Davey mentioned to me, and I didn't bring it up, he brought up Sean. He goes, I've told Sean Rodriguez that. You know, he said, forget about what you did in Anaheim. This is your first full year in the big leagues now. And you're learning in the big leagues. You're a rookie here, really. You got to establish that you're able to foul that pitch off to get more pitches. And eventually they'll come back to you. You prove that you can foul that off and keep yourself alive and grind it out. You know what? The umpires will gain more respect for you. But I guarantee you what, the guy in the mound's going to gain respect, and he's going to start making mistakes against you. When he does that, Sean's got so much ability, he'll take off.
There's a cut to miss. Venable is out on strikes. The third for Shields tonight.
See James pretty much staying away this whole sequence, but there's a change of eye level right there, a change of eyesight. Whether that was a mistake or not, so be it. He's trying to go away, but it worked. Big swing underneath it, and that is one of their strikeout guys in Venable. He'll strike out a lot.
Aaron Cunningham going after the first pitch fastball and fouls it back. That's a strike.
You know, Davey Martinez, who's going to manage in the big leagues, he's got a lot of knowledge. I love talking to Davey about hitting and things like that because, you know, he said, I had to learn that. And those are things that hitters have to learn.
Well, I remember when Davey first came up.
I know, he said that to you, too.
And he was as a young player, a guy who had a very good idea of the strike zone.
Yes.
And he learned that. Because he at times would be called out on strikes on pitches that in his mind and his heart he thought they were off the plate, but they were close enough that an umpire might call him a strike.
You bet.
So he had to make a change. Bartlett takes care of this ground ball, and Cunningham is the second out. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, you know, the thing is, too, I know there's some people now starting to jump off the bandwagon around the area. I've heard local talk shows and this and that. Don't jump off the bandwagon. These coaches, they're teaching. Jim Hickey, we had a good talk with. Joe Madden, we always talk to. Tom Foley, David Martinez. These guys are veterans. They get it. They're teaching every day. There's so much teaching in the big leagues. And they're trying to correct what the problems are. So some of the things that we talked upstairs or in the pregame show, these are things that these coaches are addressing every day.
Jerry Harrison Jr. goes after a first pitch fastball and lifts it into right. Caught by Zobrist in 1-2-3. Go the Padres. Rays coming in to hit. Bottom of the third, scoreless.
on the bases, baby. I'm a rapper. I want to be a rapper. I think that'd be sick. Me and Drake did trade places for a month. Put that on the air, please. It doesn't matter. We can say whatever. They're not going to play it. You better not play that. My mom will kill me. I'm serious. Do not play that. Beep, 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 beep. Tendencies.
Not only is he mic'd up, but apparently he's also producing the show.
Yes.
Put that on. Don't put that on. Hey, put this one on.
David was doing his own talk back there, Kevin, in the truck. Our producer.
It's inside to Jason Bartlett. So we start the bottom half of hitting 3 with a 2-0 count on Jason Bartlett. 2-1.
I would ask you, how quick did you find out that nothing's off the record? Because I can tell you, as a manager, I found out very quickly. Oh, yeah, just between you and me.
That's it. No one else will ever know.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
That's funny. You know, actually, there's actually truth to that. When the managers first started getting mic'd up, way back in the early to mid 90s.
3-1 now.
There's been more than a few snafus that have been leaked out on the air.
Sure. Not only sometimes they make the air, but sometimes they just make the circuit.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's a strike. The count is full, 3-2.
Nothing wrong with that. Jason working right now as the leadoff hitter here in the third, working the count all the way.
He lines it to the shortstop, Hairston Jr. Jerry Hairston grabs it. Yeah, that's another reason why that number 9 spot in the American League is so important. Well, the guy's hitting 9th. He's probably not a very good hitter. Well, some very good hitters bat in the 9th spot. For that reason, they are a second leadoff guy.
Interchangeable, no doubt about it. And I know that Brian Anderson in the pregame show with Todd Callis was talking about the lineup. And ideally, you know, you're right. You want to have Bartlett as your leadoff guy. I mean, he's capable of stealing 30 bases. Last year, of course, he hit 320. But right now, your best on base guy is hitting right now. And John Jaso, and that's why Joe Madden has him up there.
2-0 the count to Jaso.
Had a quick chat with John. I said, how do you like leading off? He goes, well, I'm getting used to it. He goes, I just don't want to strike out. And I said, well, your strikeout to walk ratio is great. I mean, the right way.
2-1 right now, and his on base percentage coming into this game over 400. And he has seen quite a few pitches.
Yeah, he has.
Takes ball 3.
Well, I asked him, I said, you know, I'm just telling you from my vantage point, you look like you tracked the ball well right out of the pitcher's hands. And he didn't say, oh, yeah, that's me. But he was saying, yeah, I mean, I really do try to work the count and get a good pitch to hit.
Yeah, he draws the walk like a good leadoff man should. So Jaso goes to first. He's there with 1 out. Carl Crawford's on his way to the plate. Reminder fans, the Checkers Bullpen Cafe has been sold out for the 2010 season. But you can still call 888-FAN-RAYS or email groupsales@raysbaseball.com and make your reservations for other 2010 party areas and luxury suites before they're gone. Carl Crawford looks at a high fastball, 1-0. Correa is topped out at about 89, 88, 89 with his fastball tonight. How about this? I found this really interesting when he pitches because the Padres don't score a lot of runs. They're 14th out of 16 in the National League. But they've been scoring a lot of runs when he pitches. 2-0, how about that?
Yeah.
They're averaging over 7.5 runs, run support for Correa.
There's always that one guy in the staff that gets the runs, and the other starters know it.
Yeah.
And they'll tease him about it, too.
There's a strike. 2-1 back. That's the top pitcher in the National League for run support. Phil Hughes with the Yankees is getting almost 9 run support.
And it seems like the real aces, don't get a lot of run support ever. I don't know if part of that is the opposition knows, hey, it's their ace, so we got to really focus on our at bats. And the other pitcher knows it, so he really bears down as well.
Found it out of play. 2-2.
That kid, he had one heck of a game last night, 7 strong innings. How about punching out the final 5 and hitting 96, 97 at the end?
Yeah, and Joe Madden said after the game he didn't believe he was only 22
I know.
when he took his birth certificate.
I heard that. He did. He pitched like a veteran last night.
3-2. And he's an interesting story. We touched on it last night. Latos is a guy who had some maturing to do, and
oh yeah,
he's starting to get out of his own way.
Yeah, he really, he had a little mound presence problem, anger issues, and getting out of control sometimes on the mound.
Runner takes off, and there's ball forward to Crawford. So back-to-back bases on balls. Jaso goes to second. Crawford heads to first, and Evan Longoria will be the hitter.
Their pitching coach, Darren Balsey, gets a lot of credit for helping Latos. But, I talked to Heath Bell today, the closer for the Padres, and he said, and he wasn't patting himself in the back. He said, I used to take him kind of under my wing last year when he would go through those areas on the mound where he would do that. And he said part of it was getting himself under control just as a person, so he could maximize what he could do on the mound. So sometimes your teammates help you out too.
Evan Longoria, a little tap to third. Headley to second out there, and the throw to first in time. It's a 5-4-3 double play. We're through 3, no score. Time for our AT&T trivia question with the Padres in town. Who is the Padres' all-time winningest pitcher? Shields set to go to work in the 4th. Top of the order, Glenn, Eckstein, and Gonzalez. Pitch inside. Old Shorten on the bat, taking the pitch. Ground ball to second. Rodriguez up with it in routine fashion. One away. Let's check in with Todd Callis.
Another question on Ask the Announcers, guys, and this one is from a lot of different viewers. Trudy, Brian in Arizona, John, Allen, Michael, Lino, and Laura. They all want to know about Wade Davis's recent struggles. Should he stay in the rotation? The first 6 of those names are talking about Andy Sonnenstein as a possible replacement, and Laura was wondering about Jeremy Hellickson as a possible replacement, guys.
Well, I think that's a great question, and one that has to be asked.
Very fair question, absolutely.
Pitch to Eckstein is a strike, and I mean, you know, it's always sometimes a sensitive conversation to have, particularly if you're the manager or the pitching coach or, you know, the general manager of a club. Ground ball to short. Bartlett takes care of this one. Eckstein is out number 2. But, you know, there's nobody who wants a guy to succeed more than people in the organization. And so if there is some discussion about sending a guy out, it's not because they don't like a guy. It's because they think he can still contribute. And they've detected something that they think needs to and can be corrected.
That's right.
And I think that's where Wade finds himself right now.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it's a very fair question. I've thought of that myself here the last couple of starts. I know he's had a tough month all the way around, but we keep talking about fastball command, and there's definitely some technical issues that he has to iron out. And even Jim Hickey, we talked about that today. We went down the field and talked to Jim about that, and there's no question about that.
There's a liner into center by Gonzalez, and he has the first hit of the game. A 2-out base hit in the 4th. So he's aboard.
And that all being said, Dwayne, I mean, that's not the first guy. If he does go down, it's happened to many guys. Cliff Lee is a prime example. Cliff Lee was sent down. He was an 18-game winner a couple of years before. He got sent down a couple of years ago. And by his own admission, and I've talked to Cliff about this more than once, he said it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It made me a different pitcher when I came back. I learned fastball command. I learned how to repeat my delivery. We showed that in the pregame show. So I'm just giving you a prime example. Roy Halladay was sent down after having time in the big leagues. So is it a possibility? Yes, it is.
Hundley pops it up right side. And it's caught by Rodriguez. No runs ahead, a man left. Bottom of the 4th coming, no score. Including Randy Jones. But how about Eric Schau?
Wow.
Eric Schau.
I was thinking Randy Jones myself.
Yep.
Former Cy Young Award winner. Now barbecue pitmaster at with the Padres outside the stadium.
I'll tell you, hey, if you can't pitch, if you can be a barbecue pitmaster, that's the best thing to be.
He's got his own barbecue sauce. Eric Shaw, wow, how about that?
It's Carlos Pena. Pitch is a strike. Pena's over. It's an Upton due here in the home half of the fourth. You know, we're talking about Wade Davis, and he finds himself a young pitcher with big upside and a lot of ability, but he finds himself pitching in the American League East in a team that's trying to win the American League East. And if he's with a team that may be a non-contender, you know, there might not be that same urgency.
That's right.
But the fact is, this team's trying to win the division. And so all of the options, and this is not to say that they're going to send him out. We don't know. And we're not advocating one thing or another. We're just answering the question that was asked. But there could be an urgency to either immediately fix a problem or send someone out if you've got somebody else who could step in. Now, I think we agree that Andy Sonnenstein has been very valuable in the role he's in.
No doubt.
And you'd love just to leave him there because
I would. I mean, and I know Joe Madden said that. I echo that. He's a very valuable guy out of the bullpen, doing exactly what these numbers right here in his last 3 outings suggest.
And one of the reasons he's so valuable is that is maybe the most difficult role to fill on a pitching staff. As Pena grounds out to the shortstop on the shift, one away. Tough to get a guy who can adjust and pitch well in that role, and Andy has done that. And you've got another guy. You know, you've got Jeremy Hellickson down there, who last check was 9-2. He's going to be on the All-Star team there, and he is an option. I don't know what they want to do with him. Tapped by Sobris, Gonzalez, and Correa. And so, but there is a guy, Hellickson down there, who's 9-2 with a 233. They've been named to the All-Star Futures game this year, along with Desmond Jennings. So you have some options, you know, within the system.
Yeah, and Wade Davis is, you wouldn't want to swap positions and put him in the bullpen in long relief or middle relief. That's not, you want him as a top flight, middle to front of the rotation starter, which I believe he will be someday. So that's why if he's not in the rotation, he needs to continue to start in AAA to get back here.
The only reason you would do that is to give him an atmosphere where he can correct some mechanical issues. There's a base hit through the hole by BJ, and that's a good sign. He's a little more aggressive that way. And you know, for him, many times a base hit's as good as a double with his speed. And George Hendrick has a little smile going. They had a little extra work before the game tonight.
They sure did, and this is a tough sinker right there. That had good movement, but BJ was able to get through it. And that ball was down. That was a nice pitch by Correa. That's a better piece of hitting by BJ.
Yeah, work's already paying off.
Oh, it always makes you feel good when you're out here early working. George Hendrick was out here working. Of course, Derek Shelton as well. But George was showing him some things about getting extended, getting through the ball better, getting ready for that fastball. But you've got to hit number one up here. You get up here because you can hit the fastball.
There goes Upton. Pitch is wide and a quick release thrown into center field. And BJ's going to wind up at third. Right there illustrates the point that we've been making. If this guy can get a base hit, he can steal second, in this case go to third on the throwing error.
He had some kind of tremendous jump, and Hundley should have put this in his pocket. He had absolutely no chance. So what Hundley did is he threw it like an infielder, and he dropped down and just pushed the ball. Take a look at this throw. He can't get on top, so he ends up pushing the ball, and it sails on him. You see it tailing right there from that center field camera shot away from his shortstop, and it skips past his second baseman as well. Talking about Kirsten Jr. and Eckstein.
Blaylock, and he rolls it foul. So the Rays have a man at third on the 2-out single, a steal, and an error. Blaylock trying to give the Rays the first run of the night.
This is where they got to get on the board first. I think Blaylock going to pick this ball club up right here. They're looking for somebody to pick the ball club up offensively.
It's away, 2 balls and strike.
Hank's as good as any. Why not now? Correa knows the right-hander's on deck.
Blaylock takes that pitch for a ball.
It's a good take because there's not a whole lot anybody could have done with that. That's around the outside corner, really about 6 inches outside. So that's a good take by Hank Blaylock. Now, Hundley comes out in front of the plate giving signs to his infield. I doubt they'll throw through. If there's 2 strikes, Hank Blaylock will stop if he runs and try to get in a rundown. And with BJ on third base, I don't think they want to see BJ steal a run here.
Now Sean Rodriguez. Pitch is down.
And if Hank runs, it usually will only be when there's 2 strikes if Sean's behind the count. And the idea would be that Hank would go 2/3 of the way down, stop. If the catcher does throw through, his job's to get in a rundown and try to see if BJ can score before it's tagged out.
And a foul ball straight back. It's 1-1.
Breaking ball count right here. This is just a mistake by Correa. He's trying to go down and away. He missed by 2 feet. With a lot of movement. Breaking ball count right here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And he takes it outside, a curveball. 2-2. Down to third, even with the bag, back to the bag now. But the throw to first, Headley to Gonzalez, and the Rays lead 2-4, no score. We're on to the 5th. Time for the Keep Your Edge Spotlight, brought to you by Just for Men, Mustache and Beard. Let's take a look at this base hit by V.J. Upton to the left side, and then his speed gave the Rays a threat. You can keep your edge with Just for Men, Mustache and Beard. Chase Headley looks at a called strike to open the 5th. One and one.
Nice changeup.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Now full count. So Headley runs it all the way out after Shields has gotten the jump on it.
Yeah, watching James deliver, that last pitch is one of the few. He really flew off to the left side for first base.
Bad ball 4. Down and in, a leadoff walk, the first of the evening. Let's check in again with Todd.
Dwayne, some news from South Florida today. Apparently the Marlins had made up their mind going into the week because Florida has won 3 out of 4 games. But today, Jeffrey Loria, the owner, announcing that Freddie Gonzalez has been fired as the Florida Marlins manager after 4 years. You see his career record, 3 games below 500. This year, 2 games below 500. And with that in mind, we have a question from John. Notice there's openings in Baltimore and now with the Florida Marlins. And John wanted to ask Kevin, hey, ever think about managing still, Kevin?
Scott Hairston fouls one back. Right now, he was thinking about catching again.
I was ready for that.
Ball was just over our heads.
My natural instincts.
But that's not going to get you off the hook. You still have to answer the
No, I've got 100 games to do here, and I'm enjoying this right now. And, first of all, I never liked to see a guy get fired during the season. I don't really get that. I think of Bob Melvin last year with Arizona, and all they've gotten is worse. I think of Eric Wedge, and all they've gotten is worse. So I can't tell you exactly why Freddie got fired, but I really thought he did a nice job. I thought he handled the Hanley Ramirez thing very well. I liked his presence and his strength, and I'm sorry for Freddie. I know an organization wants to move on, as they say, and change direction, but I'd have to know the reasons why before I jumped into that situation like that.
I think he got fired because he criticized the Vuvuzelas.
Well, listen, it's almost like there was, maybe an excuse looking for that final straw, and that was enough. I don't know. He wasn't real fond of that. Now, if it's because of your man, I never had a problem when I heard, hey, you know what, we had different philosophy on how to run a game or which direction, he wanted versus me, but when you jump into those jobs after doing it a couple of times like I have, I would want to be part of the interview process, meaning I would want to know, I want to interview them or whoever as much as they interview me. Those aren't, just because there's a job open, Baltimore, Florida, wherever, doesn't mean every job's for every manager. You got to know what the organization's thinking. My guess is, and I've talked to some people today about some things, they're looking for a high-profile Bobby Valentine type guy getting ready for their new stadium in another year and a half or so.
Well, there were discussions at least outside their organization. I don't know what goes on inside their organization, what kind of conversations they had, but there were at least outside talks about Bobby Valentine, even though they had recently signed Freddie Gonzalez.
Right. Yeah. So to me, you want to know, I guess to answer the question simply, would I want to manage again? If the right opportunity came, I think any manager doing this has done it before would say yes, I'll echo that, but it'd have to be the right situation. It's not every situation. I always tell guys, when you get your first job, take it. I don't care where it is. You got to get in that fraternity. After you've done it a couple of times, you got to be sure you're going to be there a while.
Here's the caveat for you taking a job. Brian Anderson has to be your bench coach. No, Brian Anderson has to be your bench coach.
I kind of like that.
You want a left-handed pitcher who can be your bench coach.
I know what you're saying.
Give an old catcher, a little assistance there.
I think Brian and I would make a good duo. I like that. You know, I like Brian's energy too. See, you always hire. I like to hire coaches that have different personalities. I don't like the cookie cutter. Hey, everybody has the same personality. I always like those character guys. Listen, I hired Mickey Hatcher. That ought to tell you enough, right there. You know who Mickey Hatcher is.
Hey, I'm just trying to get,
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just trying to get retired pitchers jobs, you know. So there aren't enough of those guys who manage. There's a little foul ball.
It's a fair question. You know, when things happened with me in Boston, I had a couple of chances. I interviewed in Toronto the next year when Cito got let go. And, they were looking for a first-year guy, so that became a money issue. And then the Dodger thing, when that opened up in '99, I really wanted that job. It was an organization that grew me, and it thought I had it. Came down to two guys. Davey Johnson was the other. They went with Davey.
Oh, there's
good pitch. You know the rest of that story. So I'll never forget driving back from San Diego. In fact, I was with ESPN. You and I had worked together. Look at this pitch by James Shields. That's a beauty. That's a nice fastball with some run to it. That's a beauty. No change up there. But when I decided to become a full-time broadcaster and really mentally and physically and forget about managing unless it came my way, it was after losing that job. I think it was '99, right after the World Series of that year. And I said, I want to learn how to do games, interviews, sit down, radio, everything, and I've had a career out of it. So
there you are. Yeah.
And I wouldn't have gotten to work 5,000 game with you. That's tough for me to say, by the way. 5,000.
Yeah. Well,
the TH at the end.
Hey, we still have some cake left, by the way.
I know.
So,
I saw that. And that was a good cake last night, by the way.
One of the
best cakes I've tasted. Well, we had it all going for you last night up here.
Long fly ball back into deep right field, and that one is well gone. Venable hits his 6th home run of the year. A fastball, a 2-run shot. And the Marlins are the Padres, I beg your pardon. The Padres take a 2-0 lead with Venable connecting on a 1-0 pitch.
Yeah, he can do that. You got a hitter's count 1-0. James elected to go fastball. It's up. It's down. It's a ground ball, probably a double play. It's up. You can see with the overhead shot, it's on the outer third of the plate. And that's in the wheelhouse of Venable right there.
Aaron Cunningham hitting a fly ball into center. BJ's going to have to go back on this one, and he's there at the track. And that ball carried.
Sure did.
2 outs. Well, it will be interesting to see who the Marlins wind up managing that club.
I know that Bobby Valentine already talked to Baltimore, and I believe Buck Showalter, that they had interest in talking to him. Those are some of the guys available.
Now Hairston lines one fair up the left field line. Jerry Hairston Jr. is on his way to second. He's going to be in there with a stand-up double. So the Padres with a couple runs and 2 extra base hits here in the 5th.
Yeah, and you can see he's gotten away from his changeup the last 3 hitters. These are all fastball. It's a first pitch fastball trying to come in, and he turns on it. Again, that ball's up. You can see it from the side shot. Above the belt. Harrison jumps all over it. The home run was up. That was a fastball. And the ball that Cunningham hit was up. So don't forget about your changeup. Keep the game right here.
You know, it's so good that when they know it's coming,
they're
not going to hit it. So second, third time through, it's still a pitch that's effective. Tony Gwynn looks at a strike.
That was a good fastball because it was down.
Ground ball shortstop, backhanded by Bartlett. Throw to first, scooped by Pena to retire the side. Nice glove work on both ends. 2-0 San Diego.
I pulled over. I was like, I can't. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know how to cut the seat warmer off. I was like, I just don't know how. Didn't know how to work the radio. First off, it took me 10 minutes to get out of the parking lot. So I thought the car was started and it wasn't. I was like, why am I not moving anywhere? Sitting here for 10 minutes. They keep seeing the taillights come on. Like, I know they know I'm trying to start this car. They think I'm a moron.
Help me out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting a car sometimes is challenging.
Especially these new models. You know, you just step on the brake and hit the button.
Yeah.
No key. Once the key's on you.
There's a strike to Bartlett. Looks like all the new video and audio equipment.
Oh, forget about it.
Line drive, and it's caught by Gonzalez down at first. Bartlett hoping that would just get over the head of Gonzalez, but with that big first baseman's mitt, he grabbed it. One away.
Yeah, just happened to be right at him. Ray's looking for a little opening here somewhere.
Back around to the top of the order, John Jaso. And the first pitch, breaking ball, strike call. One and one. Jaso getting time granted by Ed Hickox, the plate umpire tonight. One ball, two strikes now.
Two-run cushion's giving Correa a little confidence now.
Ground ball headed toward the middle, but Hairston Jr.'s there to make the play. So two up and two down.
Well, their defensive charts have nailed John Jaso. That's 3 times now he's hit a ball up the middle, and the shortstop's right there. So that's defensive alignment is held true.
And just a reminder to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in the game tonight. Maybe it's coming up right now. That looks pretty good. Carl Crawford takes a pitch down. One ball, no strikes.
No, it's later in the game, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
It's fifth inning. There's a changeup. Hard.
2-0. The only question about that Miller Lite shot there was the tray half full or was it half empty?
I was going to say, where do we get it, you mean? That's a question I was going to ask.
And the count goes to 3-0.
I'm a half full guy, so.
Yeah,
you know.
Sure. That's how we roll.
That's it. That's it.
3-0 now. There's a strike. Bartlett's lined out. Jaso is grounded out. Crawford ahead in the count, 3-1. Rays still looking for their first run of this game. Bottom of the 5th. And Crawford walks again. 5th walk given up by Correa. That's what we're talking about. That's full.
Oh, that's nice. It's ice cold right there, too. Look at that.
Yeah. That's beautiful. More than half full. That's all the way.
Yeah, that's a full baseball of it. Nice.
And Carl's back in at first. Evan Longoria, the hitter. 11 tonight, hit a fly ball to center and then grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. Here goes Carl. The throw is not in time. Crawford picks up a stolen base. Well, the Rays with a couple steals in the last 2 innings, trying to generate some offense.
Yeah, big curveball, good pitch to run on right there. Hundley again had to rush his throw, so he short hopped his infielder right there. Good jump by Carl. Next time, just keeping the ball in front and going to center field.
11 is due. It's time up 0 for 2 tonight. He takes a look at this one wide. 2-0, and he's 4 out of his last 28 right now. His average at 301. He bounds it back inside of play. The right side a bit. 2-1.
Well, the Padres play him exactly straight up in the outfield and the infield. For the most part, you see Tony Gwynn Jr. in dead center right there.
And he pops it up right side. That's a foul ball. Gonzalez, the first baseman, handles it, and the Rays leave a man. Through 5 now, 2-0 San Diego. Who do you think will win the NL West? The Padres, the Giants, the Dodgers, Rockies, or the Diamondbacks? Text your vote to 789-789. First pitch here in the inning inside to David Eckstein. 1 ball, no strikes. Eckstein 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch too high. Eckstein trying to get time and step out of the batter's box. It didn't happen.
Well, he was smart. He didn't get time, so he stayed in there and just squared around like he was going to bunt. He's going to take the pitch all the way either way. He didn't step out of the box, at least.
2-0. It's inside.
James getting a little rotational now here in the last inning plus. See him falling off toward first base.
Throws a strike. Well, and that all goes to command of his pitches. The bunt attempt is bunted foul. Back.
Well, you know, Dwayne, I noted that with the walk to Headley. I remember saying that the last 2 pitches. All of a sudden, he started falling off more than he usually does. He ends up walking Headley, and consequently, that's the same thing he did to Venable for the mistake, and the ball that Cunningham hit to deep center in the double.
Down to third. Charged and scooped by Longoria, and the throw to Pena. That'll be out number 1 in the 6th inning, and it gives us an opportunity to again check in with Todd.
Dwayne, as you know, this is where we do the pregame show, the Rays Live pregame show up on the Captain Morgan deck. And not far from here, you can get the Blue Storm drink. Now, the Blue Storm drink is not only good for upstairs, but you can get service for cocktails down here, too. And this is where Dwayne and Kevin are going to be broadcasting the game from on Friday night. You're going to be out in center field checking out the Rays action from the opposite side of the field. And there's also going to be part of our Friday Fest T-shirt giveaway presented by the St. Petersburg Times. This one's for the first 10,000 women who show up at the game, and it says "Go Rays" down the shirt. That'll be all part of Friday's activities. Dwayne and Kevin out here in center field, and these St. Petersburg Times T-shirts for the first 10,000 women. Guys, enjoy it Friday night.
We will. We'll clear the deck out there.
Oh, we're going to have a blast.
That'll be great.
You know, Todd reminded me of Frank Sinatra, the way he took the mic and walked down the stairs like that. And
he's got such charisma.
Multitasking.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, if I was walking with the mic, I might have just tripped and stumbled down the stairs.
He's a multiple threat. You know, he's Frank Sinatra to our Dean Martin. You know, Martin would have rolled down the stairs.
There you go.
There he is, Sinatra, out there with.
He's a man of the people.
Yep.
That's it.
3-1. You know, that T-shirt, that's another great T-shirt giveaway. I tell you, the Rays lead the league in that department. They've had some great T-shirts
by far.
this year.
I pack up every week.
The strike. Full count now. 1 out. Adrian Gonzalez, the hitter. Hit right down the middle, deep to center. Upton will go to the track, and it's gone. Some of the power on display by Adrian Gonzalez, a home run to center field. That's his 16th home run, and now it's 3-0.
Well, no ballpark holds Adrian. If you can hit 35 home runs playing in Petco Park in San Diego, you can hit one to dead center here. And that's not a bad pitch. That's just a great hitter right there. A great piece of hitting to dead center field.
Second home run of the night. They've come in the last 2 innings for the Padres. Now they have a 3-run lead. Huntley takes the pitch down. Well, Gonzalez, who's a good hitter anyway, is having a great month. 2 balls, no strikes. He's hitting .425 for the month coming into this game. He has 2 more hits tonight, including that home run.
I think he might be in baseball the most underrated superstar player.
Well, he does it because he's the one guy who just stands out in this lineup.
Well, and no disrespect to the guy hitting behind him, Nick Huntley, but he doesn't have, A-Rod, like Teixeira and A-Rod or something like that. Hitting behind him. I mean, he has to hit this because he's a good hitter. That was a changeup. And the right call. I like the call. It's a great hitter.
3-1 is popped up, foul. Goes out of play, and the count is full.
But, because it's San Diego and they're not really talked about enough on a national scale, they should be now, this deep into June, in first place in the National League West, where they were picked to finish by most publications 4th or 5th.
Strike 3 call. Huntley trying to coax the walk out of Ed Hickox. But that's a fastball on the outside corner.
Yep. Good pitch. Too close to take, that's for sure. That's a good pitch. That's just paint. Good finish. He really had his head going right down toward it. It's a nice pitch. Better command right there. When Adrian Gonzalez's time free agency comes, I'm sure San Diego won't be able to re-sign him. He's going to be big on the market a year from now.
Strike the count. Down to Headley. 0-2. think about it, Gonzalez was with Texas. Carlos Pena was with Texas. Mark Teixeira was with Texas.
Travis Hafner was with Texas.
Talk about some power around first base. Strike 3 call to Headley. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 San Diego.
Boy! See you later! Yeah. Oh, God, dude. Yeah, baby! Yes. Hey, boy. All right, come on.
David Price cheering on his teammate, the Rays starting pitcher tonight, James Shields. Well, David has been mic'd up by our crew down there. Carlos Pena to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Time to get some runs here. Rays are down 3-0. They've had just one hit. It was Upton's single in the 4th. 5 walks and a hit batter, however, for Correa. That was a first pitch strike to Carlos Pena. Hit through the shift. Carlos a single into right to open the inning. So the Rays put the leadoff hitter on base for the first time tonight.
Yeah, just got to bunch some hits here. He goes out and gets it and found a hole out there through the shift. Finally. 3 guys on the right side. Carlos found a seam.
Strike to Ben Zobrist.
Just got to take what the pitcher's giving you. He's going to stay away from you. Shoot one to left center. Got to bunch some hits here.
Counted in, blocked by Hundley. 1-1. Joe Thatcher, the lefty, and Ryan Webb, the right-hander, in the bullpen for the Padres. Webb with a Tampa Bay area connection. His father's Hank. Bryant, he went to Clearwater Central Catholic. Pitching runs in the family.
Yeah, it does. Another son that a father in the big leagues. On this ball club, San Diego.
They have Gwen. They have the Hairstons. It's like everybody in the Hairston family plays in the big leagues.
Venable.
Yep. at Max. 2-2 now. And a shot to center field. Gwynn, however, is there and makes the catch. That'll be the first out. Hey, let's go to Todd Callis.
Dwayne, last night after the game, B.J. Upton and George Hendricks spent a good 10 minutes in the dugout after the game was over, talking about hitting a little bit, and then today they take it on the field. Before the game, you see B.J. Upton working with the guy they call Cuz, also Derek Shelton helping out as well. We talked to B.J. He said it was all about getting into a hitter's position earlier and feeling a little more comfortable with his stride in general. And we saw him last time pay off. We'll see if it works this time around, guys.
Yeah, he had a base hit through the hole on the left side in the fourth. And the pitch is down. And, you know, it's amazing how simple things like that can make a big difference. But the fact is, it did not appear that B.J. was in an aggressive hitting position once he first got into the batter's box, and that's part of the message that George Hendrick has for him.
Yeah, you might get one good pitch to hit, and you got to be ready to hit the fastball. But if it's a hanging breaking ball, those are hittable pitches too.
Yep.
And the more you're in take mode, the more you're going to be hitting 0-2, and you're going to be toast doing that.
Well, the bottom line is the approach that they like to see him, I think, have a little more of is the approach that Cito Gaston has the Toronto Blue Jays lined up.
I love that because you're in hit mode first, take mode second.
He swings through it. Takes the count to 1-1.
And see, that's all right. That's a hittable pitch. It's right over the heart of the plate. It did have some sink to it. A little bit late because he got the front foot down late. All got by him. Same thing.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
See, those are hittable pitches right there.
It's away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kevin Correa, the 29-year-old right-hander on the hill, limiting the Rays so far to no runs, 2 hits. And Upton fouls a fastball back.
Better swing at that one. Caught up with that. It's all about timing. Whatever mechanics you want to use. If it's not working, you got to try something else. But it's about timing.
And there's a base hit into left center field. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Pena's hitting third. Foley will wave him around. It'll be a double for Upton, and the Rays are on the board. B.J. Upton doubles into left center field, driving in his 28th run of the year with his 19th 2-base hit.
Well, there's a reaction with George Hendrick. It's a hanger right there, and he was on all over that one. He had a few pitches to hit. He missed a couple. He caught up with the last 2. Ball's up, belt high, and he hits a bullet to left center. There's your checkers double of the game. Nice job.
Now it's 3-1. I think Blaylock is due, but Black out of the dugout for San Diego with his bullpen ready. The Padres talk it over on the mound. And he's going to make the move. That's going to be it for Correa. Black wants to match up the left-hander. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. Wireless for all. 10% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. My Buddy's Home Furnishings, where there's no credit needed and up to 6 months, same as cash. And by Dodge Ram Trucks, award-winning Ram trucks, plus a new heavy duty, making one of the most powerful lineups in Ram history. Pitching change for San Diego. They want the left-hander Joe Thatcher. The Rays have a run home. 1 out, and a man at second base. That's Upton. Thatcher on for the 23rd time.
Just another strong bullpen presence that Bud Black has. 22 games, ERA below 2.
And Ibar to pinch hit. There goes Upton stealing third, and the throw's not in time. So Upton is safely at third base with his second steal of the night. His 23rd on the year.
Well, he got a good read. That's a good steal because he got a good read. His feet were moving. You saw from the overhead shot right there. He stole that easily. With 1 out, that's a good move.
That's a strike.
Now, really, all you're looking for from Ibar is contact, anywhere but third base or back to the mound.
And a high fly ball, left center field. And it's Glenn to make the catch. Tag at third. Upton will score standing. And the Rays have their second run. Now a sacrifice fly to center. That makes it a 1-run game, 3-2.
Yeah, pretty easy to see how important B.J. Upton is to get his bat going because, like you said earlier, Dwayne, when he's on base, he's usually at second and a lot of times at third. That's a big steal and a big run right there.
Bud Black's out to make another pitching change here. Back in a moment. They lead Major League Baseball with a 2.54 earned run average. And Luke Gregerson is one of the reasons why he has been very good out of the bullpen. Correa for 5 1/3, Thatcher for a third, and now Gregerson.
How about those numbers, especially the strikeout to walk ratio? That's incredible right there. 43-3, 118 batting average against, $1.50 the earned run average. Sinker, slider, very good changeup.
And the pitch.
Come on, man, do this. What's your name again?
Is a strike call.
Let's go, Rodriguez.
0-2. Rodriguez caught looking in the second, grounded out to third in the fourth, and down 0-2 in the sixth. That slider just kept going away. 1-2. Gregerson are really originally in the Cardinals system. Two.
3 in a row now. Sean getting a little bit better read on the slider.
And a high fly ball, straight away center. Back goes Glenn at the track. Gone! Home run. He had a fastball out to dead center. And this game is tied. John Rodriguez hits his 5th home run of the year. And the Rays have put a 3 spot up in the 6th inning.
Well, he had a better read on 3 sliders, so Gregerson goes fastball away, but he missed. Overhead shot will show you. Outer half of the plate, not the corner. And that is a bolt to center field. Adrian Gonzalez not the only one that go dead center out of the ballpark.
A wave and a miss by Bartlett. He missed the slider. So the Rays suddenly have put up 3 to pull even on the home run by Rodriguez. Gregerson staying with the slider now to Bartlett and has an 0-2 count on him.
Yeah, 2 disappearing sliders right there. Yeah, Sean had 2 good takes on the last 2 sliders. So he induced a fastball. That's what I was talking about. You have better takes on that outside pitch, they'll come back to you.
It's only the 2nd home run all year Gregerson has given up. Stays in. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one backed up on him.
Bartlett chases the slider and is out on strikes, but the Rays come away with 3 runs. The 3rd coming on the Sean Rodriguez home run to center. And at the end of 6, the game is. A 3-3 tie on to the 7th. Hey, on the next inside, the Rays will hook up with Rays pitchers and avid outdoorsman Jeff Neiman and Wade Davis. as they have some fun and catch some fish in the process. Come along for the ride and see if these guys are successful away from the field as they are on it. Inside the Rays, away from the game, premieres Sunday at 5 right here on Sun Sports. For a preview of the show, visit the Rays page on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Scott Hairston, the designated hitter, leads off, and he sends a fly ball into left center, and that's perfectly placed in front of Crawford, who plays it on one hop. And Hairston is aboard to begin the 7th.
Like a first pitch cutter right there. Up a little bit. Hairston got it up the end of the bat. Dropped it into a good spot for him. Here's your home run threat. And a big strikeout man.
And he's done one of each. He struck out in the 3rd and homered in the 5th. Took a fastball up and hit it out to right. That's a strike.
Little cutter right there. He's trying to go in. He actually missed over the heart of the plate, but it worked.
Now that could be a dangerous pitch.
Oh yeah. And throw it again.
Hairston backhanded first. You can't forget about him. He can run a little bit.
Yeah, oh yeah. And they will. That's San Diego baseball. That's what they're doing this year. They'll make something happen.
And a balk. A balk has been called, and that's going to push Hairston up to 2nd. And I think that's another throw and then turn.
Well, I think it's a little bit of a spin. You got to show distance and direction with your front foot too. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's not a whole lot of distance with the front foot. A little bit of a spin. That's the umpire. I've seen the umpires call that recently around baseball more.
So the Padres have the potential go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out here in the 7th inning, and the Rays have a big conference on the mound. It's an action-packed comedy, night and day. Tom Cruise, a covert agent. Cameron Diaz, a woman caught between him and those he claims set him up. It's a globe-trotting adventure. It erupts into a maze of double crosses, close escapes, false identities, and head-spinning romantic snafus. I hate those romantic snafus. They come to realize that all they can count on is each other. That's out today, by the way, so make your plans. You see,
got it on my list.
Joe Madden, that maybe that balk call was a snafu.
Yes. Oh, he went out there to get a little bit of information from home plate umpire Ed Hickox, and also talked to his infield.
That's a foul ball, just foul up the right side for strike 2. Well, that was scary.
Building full breath there at first base. The ball was right at him. Well, that was a marginal balk. I mean, I understand you have to have distance or direction. That was pretty close.
And a pop-up right side on the changeup. And in fair territory, Rodriguez, the Rays' second baseman, makes the catch. Hey, let's check in again with Todd.
Next question comes to us from Katrina. Katrina wants to know about the white sleeves that Carl Crawford and B.J. Upton wear on their throwing arms. They started wearing them just recently. I asked them about it in Atlanta, and they said it really keeps their arm cool and limits the amount of sweat or condensation. And you can see right there that they're looking pretty good with it, guys. It could be a fashion statement as well. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think they're looking pretty good with it is the primary reason.
I'm looking for the next giveaway. So I'm just all about getting the stuff now. You know?
Yeah, we might have to start wearing those on the open.
I think we'll do it tomorrow night.
Cunningham bounces one foul. That's a strike.
Cunningham's been first ball hitting all night long, and a little breaking ball right there. I think that was a cutter. He's up there to hack.
And he sent Upton to deep center in the 5th inning. Grounded to short the other time. He waves and misses at the breaking ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw him a strike here. I just see if they'll expand his zone, because he's been swinging like this all night long. It's a curveball. Good depth to it. Good bite. Paints the outside corner. Get him to chase something out of the zone.
Slow. He's been playing at Portland and was recalled about a week and a half into June. Hit a grand slam in his first at bat. Padres. It's against Toronto. And he's out on strikes. 2 outs.
Good sequence there. Good sequence. Couple curveballs. Good changeup. Forget about it. Excellent changeup. Good direction going toward the plate.
7 strikeouts for Shields.
Conversation from John Jaso to Shields, and then Jason Bartlett touches base as well.
Joaquin Benoit is up in the bullpen. Jerry Hairston Jr. is in the batter's box. And he takes a strike. A little late movement to it.
Yeah, a little breaker right there again. Been throwing that early this inning to the hitters. It's been working.
Ground ball. That's going to go through into left. Crawford with a pickup. They're going to wave Hairston to the plate. Throw is offline. And the Padres take the lead on a base hit into left. So that's a base hit, a run batted in. And Hairston Jr. goes to second as Scott Hairston scores.
Yeah, got it right in the hole right there. Ball's up a little bit. Hairston gets right through it. Carl couldn't quite get it out of his glove quick enough, but Hairston, Scott Hairston, I'm talking about, he had a great jump off the second. He was flying. He would have been in there either way. I believe that was tough. 84 miles an hour. Might have been the cutter. Didn't do a whole lot.
Now Tony Gwynn. It's outside. So that balk turns out to be crucial at the moment. Gwynn getting time, stepping back. Ground ball, right side. Rodriguez at second, makes the play. Gwynn's out of there. Padres score a run, leave one. 7th inning stretch time, 4-3 San Diego.
Like new dugout food. Ooh. You know what Longo's middle name is? I'm so good. Evan, I'm so good. Longoria. The game's with.
I can't take them out.
Oh, right Telex. Never mind. You get the picture.
John Jaso leading off the home half of the 7th. He's ahead of the count, 1-0. Missing Luke Gregerson. Two and nothing. So the Rays are down by a run. They've been out hit 6-4. And a close pitch there that goes for ball 3.
Gregerson has good movement. That was a sinker that just kept running away, way out of the zone. No chase by Jaso.
And ball 4, way wide that time.
Yeah, his stuff's moving, but it's right now it hasn't been really in the zone. Even the balls that Bartlett chased are way out of the zone, those sliders.
And now it's Carl Crawford. 6 walks issued by San Diego pitching tonight.
I just think Jaso sees the ball, reads the ball as good as anybody right now in this club that I've seen. He tracks very quickly.
Carl looks at strike 1.
Take a nice bullet to the right side as long as John gets out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. He's had a little difficulty doing that last night.
I mean, that was a bullet that Crawford hit. Hit the bottom of his spike. I don't think I've ever seen that. He jumped, but at the bottom of his right, I believe it was his right spike, right heel.
1-1. Here's another look from last night.
Well, let's be sure. Yeah, let's see. He's jumping. The right one can't quite get up. Yeah, the right spike's underneath on the ball of the foot. The right foot.
That's up the right side, but foul into the bullpen. A ball, 2 strikes.
This has kind of been Bud Black's MO. He's got Gregerson as his 7th inning guy with the lead. Then it's Adams in the 8th, and then Heath Bell in the 9th. It rolls for everybody.
Two and 2. Crawford hit by a pitch his first time. Since then, he has drawn 2 bases on balls.
Yeah, Jaso and Carl Crawford have been on 5 times combined so far tonight.
2-2. Now full count.
It's a tough one here because Jaso's not a burner. And I don't know that he'll run right here, even though Carl's had some good at-bats. You want to run yourself out of an inning just in case.
Backhand at first.
Carl, of course, is tough to double up if he does hit the ball at somebody on the ground.
He's on the move. A swing and a miss. The throw is not in time. 3rd steal for Jaso. Crawford strikes out, but Jaso steals his way into scoring position.
Well, backdoor. This is a ball clearly off the outside corner, and Hundley again rushes himself and short hops it. If he makes a good throw, he's got him. But because he's short hopping, Jaso looks back in and gets in there. So Joe Madden elects to put Jaso in motion, thinking Crawford's going to make contact. and he gets the stolen base. But that's Hundley rushing himself. Didn't really have to. Saw Jaso look back in. That tells you it was a run and hit play.
Now Evan Longoria looking for his first hit tonight. And he misses a slider. Strike one.
I was going to say, guess what he's going to get.
Yep. Evan had a base hit last night in 4 trips. Looking for at least that tonight. Looking for a hit here in the 7th with Jaso in scoring position. 0-2 with a foul ball.
Slider, slider, slider on the right-handers. He tried to sneak a 2-2 fastball to Sean Rodriguez, and he saw what that result was. So I can't imagine him throwing a fastball here to Evan unless it's just off the plate up. But he's more of a sinker slider guy, so I got to believe he just stay with the slider, try to expand his own.
Takes it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's ball 2. Again, a slider away. Gregerson's numbers are just ridiculous. Coming in, opposing hitters batting only .118 against him.
Yeah, they're sick numbers. I mean, they're incredible numbers. We haven't seen any changeups yet, but a lot of sliders. Good depth on it. It's good tilt.
And a wave and a miss. Longoria thought maybe it hit the dirt, but he's out on a slider. Gregerson just keeps throwing and tantalizing you with that slider.
Yeah, I wouldn't call anything but. See the depth of that slider? Away and down. Starts at the ankle and finishes on the dirt.
Well, how about this? Coming in, right-handed batters are hitting 136 off him, and lefties 094.
Yeah, well, he's got a changeup, and I got to believe he's going to throw a couple in this sequence to Carlos Pena.
Carlos with a walk and a base hit. Man at second. 2 outs on strikeouts, getting Crawford and Longoria. Ray's got a run off him on the Sean Rodriguez home run in the 6th. No ball, no strikes. Correa worked 5 1/3, Thatcher 1/3, and now Gregerson. Carlos bounces 1 foul. 1-1.
He's staying with his money pitch, sliders. He's got the feel of it, that's why. That thing's dropping right down in the dirt at the back foot. Back door, I should say.
Gave up the home run on a fastball. He's 1-1 with Pena. Now he's 1-2.
89 mile an hour, looked like a sinker right here. Yeah, sure was. Good 6 inches off the outside corner. get that scissors effect. The slider comes down and in, sinker goes away. That'll neutralize your bat off the barrel.
And Pena, did he go? Yes, he did. He got him with a slider. Gregerson strikes out the side. The Rays leave a man. We're through 7. It's 4-3 San Diego. Summer concert series here at Tropicana Field. Joaquin Benoit, the new pitcher for the Rays. 7 innings for Shields, and now Benoit on to work the 8th.
Benoit's been nothing short of outstanding for the Rays. An ERA of .50, 26 punch-outs, and only 4 walks. Outstanding.
Here's David Eckstein. Eckstein has popped out twice, has grounded out. It's outside.
Let's go, be that.
Shields made 96 pitches, gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, a walk, struck out 7. The walk turned out to be very big. 2 home runs on the line, and there's a fly ball short right, falling in front of Zobrist. Then took a little look at first just in case Pena had gotten back there. Leadoff single for Eckstein. Once again, let's go to Todd Callis.
Website Wednesday continues with Ask the Announcers. We have 3 different viewers, Jordan, Gene, and John, who want to know whether or not we'll see Matt Joyce anytime in the near future, guys.
Well, again, another good question, because Joyce, who, because of injuries, had a very slow start just to get in uniform and on the field, recently has really started to hit the ball very well. Adrian Gonzalez pitches a strike. I think he's going to have to continue to hit the ball extremely well before he forces his way into the plans here at the big league level.
Yeah, I think he missed most of the season. He's just getting going now. I don't see anything happening before the first half, before the break for sure. I think you just got to get BJ going and Bartlett going and the rest of this offense. The pieces are here. But that's a nice guy to have down there to call up if it doesn't turn around soon, though.
0-2 the count on Gonzalez. The Rays employing the shift. Gonzalez had a line base hit to center in the 4th and a home run to center field in the 6th inning.
Adrian's just so quiet at the plate. I mean, he has great pitch recognition too. Very little movement. Once he's set up, there's not a lot of moving parts to his swing.
That will take the count to 2-2.
Got a very small load with the back leg and the front leg. He just kind of picks it up, puts it right back down. When he picks the front leg up a little bit, the weight goes to the back leg. That's why he doesn't jump at the ball very often.
J-Cell wants to square things away with his pitcher and middle infielders. With Eckstein, the runner at first, and a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes on Adrian Gonzalez. Last outing for Benoit was Sunday against the Marlins. Just 1 inning, gave up a hit, picked up a strikeout. Ground ball. This is Bartlett, Longoria, Pena, and the Rays out of the shift get the double play. That's a 6-5-3 double play. Sounds a little strange, but not with the shift as Longoria is in the middle of it.
Yeah, pretty huge too. Double play ball. Nice feed to Evan. He gets out of the way. Looks like a shortstop right there. And there's a strike over there to Carlos Pena. Nice turn.
So the leadoff single is erased.
I think Evan had some fun doing that.
I think he did. Nick Hundley. 1-0. Hundley bounces one to Rodriguez, and the throw to first in time. No runs, a hit, nobody left. Bottom of the 8th coming. 4-3 San Diego. In the bottom of the 8th. Just a reminder, baseball's biggest stars go head-to-head. One spectacular night in the summer's biggest event. Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2010 MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday, July 13th, live from Anaheim at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox. We would expect to see Carl Crawford there, along with Evan Longoria. Who knows who else?
Be a pitcher or two, I believe.
Yep. Mike Adams, the new pitcher. There's Evan. He's continuing to add to his lead at third base. Adams, the pitcher. Ben Zobrist in the batter's box. The pitch is away. 1 ball, no strikes.
This is by design for Bud Black. This is his 8th inning guy. Gregerson finished his job, and he gets through this. It'll be Heath Bell in the 9th. 33 games, 2.45 earned run average.
Pitch is down. 2-0. Upton next, and then Ibar due up. The 3 is down.
Talking about falling off the mound, Adams does that. He's falling off on these 3 pitches way off to the first base side. Had a little trouble last night with command 2.
Yeah, the Rays got 3 hits off him, including the one when Crawford hit Chaso with a batted ball. 3-1.
Ben just wants to zone him out here. 3-1. Look for 1 pitch, 1 zone.
And he walked him. Well, the 7th walk issued by San Diego pitching.
Well, he didn't challenge Ben. That had a little cut action to it. And Ben zoned him out well. Spit on that little cutter right there.
Here's BJ. Upton has a single and a double and a run scored, a run batted in. Zobrist back in at first.
Diego anticipating early running here, but Ben's not going anywhere. He's just falling back to the bag. And BJ's got to be ready for a mistake here. I mean, drive it.
Another move to first on Zobrist. He's back in. 3 straight tosses over there.
Yeah, no action by Ben. I mean, he's just getting back to the bag. He's not going, at least on this first pitch.
Inside. 1-0. Not only do the Rays have 7 walks tonight, but a hit batter. So that's a total of 8. And they have not been able to convert any of those guys directly into a run.
No, I mean, the side was struck out in the 7th. I mean, Gregerson actually ended up with 4 strikeouts of the last 5 batters he faced.
Ball, no strikes, the count to B.J. Upton. And a little looper out to short. Kirsten makes the catch. Broke his bat on that one. On the pop to the shortstop.
BJ's upset. He got a pitch to hit, and he knows it. This was a hanger. Look at that one. A hanger. It actually backed up. That's a I like that BJ was aggressive and ready to swing at it. That's what I was talking about. Be ready for a mistake, and it was. It actually backed up. That's why it jammed him, because it didn't break. If it would have had a little bit of a break to it, he would have centered that and probably hit that ball out. So I get totally why BJ's upset. Oh, man. It's just the way it's going. Backup slider ends up being effective for Adams.
Well, here's Ibar. Yeah, the pitches that don't turn out the way you'd like them to, so often that backup slider, you know, if you could throw that on a reliable basis, it'd be a pretty good pitch.
If you knew how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You just get over it, over the top so much, you want to really try to force the break down in a way that it ends up spinning back toward the hitter a little bit. Kind of hangs up there, but actually spins back toward the hitter. So he's got slider in his mind, which is what the pitch was. But because he tried to force it so much, Adam made a mistake and he got away with it. As it backed up into BJ's swing, hit him on the label.
Ibar has a run batted in with a fly ball to center in the 6th when he entered the game as a pinch hitter. There's the pitch.
Yeah, that's a little two-seam action off the outside corner. It's a ball. Called a strike.
Again, a move to first on Zobrist. He's trying to get something going, down by a run in the bottom of the 8th. And Ibar swings through this one. 0-2.
That's a slider right there. He just swung right underneath it. It's also a hanging slider. Try to hit the back door with it.
Yeah, Adams has been under that slider.
Yep.
A couple of times here.
Very hittable pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Jason Bartlett got a hanging slider last time. Hit that double to left center. Well, it will be flat. Like I said, when you fall off that much to the left side, you're going to be flat with your release point. It's going to be inconsistent.
Go.
Zobrist walked to lead off the inning. He's still at first with 1 out.
Still in a pitch out count here, and you don't have to pitch out, but Hundley will probably call something away and up and see if Ibar will chase, and if he does, it's a good pitch to throw on.
Runner on the move, and a fly ball toward the line and left. Cunningham closing, and he made the catch, and now hustling back to first, Zobrist. He will make it. Boy, that's quite a grab by Cunningham. He made a desperation dive. If he doesn't come up with that, it's a tie game, and the Rays have the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Well, that's a tough play for a right-handed thrower. He's got to go across his body with this dive here and backhand it and keep it in the pocket of the glove. What a great play by Cunningham, and Ben Zobrist has to go back and retag and get back in time, and that's good base running by Ben. He was on the move anyway. He would have been at third base easily with that dive by Cunningham. Had he missed that, maybe if it got past him, he would have scored.
Well, here is Sean Rodriguez. Zobrist back in. Well, Sean hit a home run to center field in the 6th inning. His 5th homer of the year. A fastball right out of here down the middle.
Yeah, Gregerson got out from with a fastball after 3 sliders. Sean was all over. He's going to be ready here.
There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is a strike as well. Eckstein putting the tag on Zobrist, who's caught stealing for the 2nd time this year. This game moves into the 9th at the end of 8. 4-3 San Diego.
showing me no love out there. I do look like Fred McGriff's crime dog.
Yeah, that's David Price in disguise. Evan Longoria, hey, I think, isn't it Sunday? Evan Longoria has a bobblehead.
Yeah,
night, I think.
this weekend. I got to take more stuff home.
Yeah, you got the expandable duffel bag, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Although my Bartlett bobblehead got a little crushed in my bag, I was a little disappointed. But not the bobblehead itself, just the box. No.
That's important too. You
got to have the box.
Yeah, it hurts the value.
It does.
Chase Headley leads off. Joaquin Benoit on the mound for the Rays.
A lot of Rays fans in the San Fernando Valley.
Right.
In L.A.
Oh, a long fly ball back into right field. Zobrist will go to the wall, and it's gone. A change up, and Chase Headley hits one out off Joaquin Benoit, and that makes it 5-3. So the Padres add a run to their lead. They hit their third home run of this game.
Yep, not a big home run team. Well, that's a nice pass at that ball by Headley. Waited nicely. You see on the overhead shot, it's really pretty much right down the middle. 3 home runs tonight. They came in with 50. That's 14th in the National League. 53 now.
Scott Hairston. The pitch is a strike. So they have 8 hits tonight, 3 of them for home runs. One and one. Venable homered in the 5th. Gonzalez hit one in the 6th, and Headley one in the 9th. A pop-up foul ball. Jaso's after it with plenty of room, and John makes the catch. One away. Now Will Venable. His home run, his only hit tonight, 1 for 3. At the Yankee at the Arizona contest getting underway. There's a strike.
What?
It's going to be Dontrell Willis pitching tonight.
Interesting. Yeah.
And Javier Vasquez will pitch for the Yankees. It's fouled up the right side and beyond. Out of play. And a great catch by that young man.
Hey.
There he is. He made that catch just like Evan Longoria down at third.
Yeah, he's been watching Evan. We're number 3 right there. What a leap.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see Evan do that one time. That's right. That makes a great play.
That is a great play. Way to go. Pitch is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Number third base side. That's foul. One and 2 the count to the Padres right fielder. Well, I don't know if that can be a sponsored element, but we ought to make that the play of the game.
That was very nice.
Yeah, that was a great catch by that young man down there. And Juan Fastball misses wide. It's 2-2. Count.
You know, I was thinking about San Diego, the offense. There's not a lot of pressure on them because everybody says they can't hit. So when you've got that, there's no expectations. You can be more relaxed. They're having some relaxed at bats.
Yeah.
You know, Adrian Gonzalez knows how to hit. The rest are not supposed to hit. Consequently, they've been doing this all year to everybody in the National League.
This one is down. Well, they live in California. Isn't everybody relaxed?
Very relaxed, yeah, especially San Diego. You know, I went to San Diego State, so you know, they're out there surfing in the daytime. La Jolla, you know, relaxes you before you take batting practice.
Cunningham on deck. And a full count available. And Juan, his second inning in relief. And he has Venable reaching for the changeup. Strikes him out. 2 gone. And our taste straightness moment brought to you by Miller Lite. Play made by Cunningham out there in left on the ball hit by Ibar.
And he was playing deep in left field too. He had a long way to go to make that play.
Here's Cunningham.
First ball hitter.
And naturally he takes the first pitch fastball.
Paint. Yeah.
They struck out on a changeup. He got behind in the count in the 7th inning against Shields, who had 7 strikeouts tonight. It's foul back. 0-2. Colorado leading Boston 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Yankees have scored a run off Willis in the 1st in Arizona. It's foul the other way. Well, the Rays in the 9th do to have Rodriguez, Bartlett, and Jaso.
Heath Bell getting ready for his 9th inning appearance as their closer. Had a chance to be on the National League All-Star team. He's been outstanding for the Padres.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
When you got the best pitching in baseball, which the Padres do, you've got to have a few guys on the All-Star team, and I think Heath Bell is deserving. He's been really, really solid. Might see Latos there.
And was 1-2 pitch to Cunningham. And he strikes him out with a fastball. That retires the side. They score a run. The Rays will need 2 to keep it going. Escape the addiction of tobacco. Be free. Visit FloridaQuitline.com. Bottom of the ninth inning here at Tropicana Field. Rays down by 2. They'll have Sean Rodriguez to lead it off, Bartlett to follow, and then Jaso. And Heath Bell is on. Bell, the closer, and the 5th pitcher of the night utilized by San Diego.
We go right at you. 30 games for Heath. He's got 18 saves, including one last night. 38 strikeouts in 29 and 2/3 innings. That 95, 96 fastball.
Well, let's see what the Rays can do in the bottom of the ninth inning against Bell. Rodriguez was at the plate when Zobrist was caught stealing to end the 8th. And there's a shot back into deep left field. Cunningham back on the track, and he makes the catch. Rodriguez jumping on a first pitch fastball and hit it deep to left, but not quite deep enough.
Yeah, got a little bit off the end of the bat. That's the only reason that didn't go out. Heath Bell trying to go away. You could see he got it really right off the end of the bat. 93 fastball. Heath's not sure. Petco Park, he doesn't have to worry. Here he wasn't sure. Cunningham picks it off.
1-0, the count to Bartlett. Jason looking for his first hit tonight. Put the ball on the line a couple of times and struck out in the 6th. 2-0. Well, working an inning and a third last night. And a strike on the outside part of the plate.
That was the first time, Dwayne, since September the 4th that he's had last year that he had a 4-out save.
Yeah, it was his longest outing of the year, an inning and a third.
And he only came in really because Adams was scuffling last night. Gregerson had already been up. You and I had talked about that, and I said to Heath, why didn't Gregerson get back up? He goes, well, he's Bud Black's 7th inning guy. I said, okay. Yep. So you had to pick up Adams, huh? It's a nice formula. Everybody does their job.
3-1 on a line drive, base hit up the left field line, headed toward the corner. Cunningham cuts it off. Bartlett hustles his way into second with a stand-up double. So there's a base runner. 1 out, 2 base hit.
Jason's had some pretty good at-bats tonight, a couple of line-outs. This is a fastball in that he just turns on. That's the short swing that we're used to seeing Jason have on a fastball. Looking 2 all the way. Eliminates a double play situation.
Bartlett on second. We swing around to the top side of the order. Here's John Jaso. Well, it was Jaso who was hit by that ball off the bat of Carl Crawford in the 8th inning of last night's game. He takes a big cut. This is a slider, strike 1. He was looking for a first pitch fastball.
Yeah, he was looking to tie it. He doesn't do that very often, but he thought he'd get a fastball about 95. And once in a while, Bell, he'll throw that breaking ball to keep you honest.
Comes back with a breaking ball, misses. 1-1. Rays tied it in the 6th. Single runs for the Padres in the 7th and the 9th. And a line shot, scooped one hop by the first baseman Gonzalez, who beats Jaso to the bag. Boy, he hit the ball hard.
He sat on that and just smoked it. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do. That's a great at bat. I told you that Adrian Gonzalez is a Gold Glove type first baseman. You just saw it. One of the most underrated players in the game. Both sides of the defense. That's a great pick right there. Great hands and hustles to the bag. That's just a great defensive play. Well, you can see why he was the #1 overall pick in the country years ago.
And here's Carl Crawford. Takes a pitch away. Breaking ball out there. Stayed wide.
Well, you'd love to see Evan get up in this inning. One more shot at Heath Bell.
Carl 0 for 1 officially. Takes another pitch up. Fastball out there, and it's a 2-0 count. Carl hit by a pitch, twice his walk, struck out his last time. And ahead in the count here in the 9th inning. And that's a strike. 2-1 now.
Fastball right here, right back over the outside corner, but it's up. Fastball is a little bit down tonight. Got thrown inning in the 3rd last night.
And a high foul ball. It's headed into foul territory and is out of the reach of Cunningham. Ball down along the bullpen mound. 2-2. Day game tomorrow. It's a 12:10 first pitch. We'll be with you at 11:30. Matt Garza against Wade LeBlanc. Rays will see a left-hander tomorrow and send Matt Garza out there. Carl bounder down to third, backhanded by Headley. Throw to first, it gets away. Crawford will get back to first with Bartlett scoring to make it 5-4. So Crawford got bounded down to third. That's going to be an error charge to Headley, the third baseman. And now the Rays are down by 1.
Now, that's the speed of Crawford. Headley rushed that a little bit. Normally you'd see Adrian Gonzalez pick that. Makes a nice play to take the short hop and just rush the throw. And Adrian couldn't pick that one. A nice backhanded pickoff right there. And Carl, you know, he rounded toward the infield, and he had to get back because otherwise he could have been thrown out trying to get back to first base.
Here's Evan Longoria to move to first. Carl's back in. So it's a 1-run game with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
And, you know, I know it's important to get him into second base, but Evan's due for a long one. I would wait until deeper in the count before you run.
And again, a move to first.
Let Heath Bell worry about Carl over there. Just take a little bit of the edge away. Maybe he'll make a mistake to Evan. You can hit the ball out of the ballpark, of course.
And the pitch is a fastball. It's a called strike.
Still an above average fastball, but tonight it's 93 consistently versus 95, 96 of last night.
And again, a move to first.
You're also in a pitch out count here, so not a good time to go.
And again, a move to first as Bell keeps a very close eye right there on Crawford. Pop-up foul. That's going to be straight back and out of play. 2 strikes now.
Little bit up, little bit too high. Evan, his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch. Can't blame him for going after because that's a home run type pitch. But see, it's a little bit too high to get to.
Pitch out, but nothing doing.
You knew that was coming. One of these 0-1 or 0-2 count. I don't think they'll double up on the pitch out here. So now you could probably run.
And a swing and a miss. Longoria strikes out on a mid-90s fastball. And this game is over. It's a 5-4 final. The Rays have dropped the first 2 games of this series. They dropped last night's contest 2-1. This one 5-4. And here's the strikeout pitch to end it.
Middle end just tied him up. You know, again, a mistake pitch. They were trying to go away. But it's effective as it ran over the inside corner. Too close to take, and Evans swings right through it.
So it's a 5-4 final. Padres win the first 2. We'll be with you tomorrow beginning at 11:30 on Sun Sports in high definition with the wrap-up game of this 3-game series. Stay with us now. The post-game show is coming up. For Kevin Kennedy, Todd Callis, and Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast, if not the outcome. 5-4 the final.